2023 has been a year. Kylie and I welcomed the birth of our first child, Hudson. Best thing that's ever happened. 2023, we started our first ever guide service, Ohio Ridge Outdoors, and what a blast it's been. All summer, we glassed bean fields, we scanned food plots, we tilled up dirt, we were constantly glassing for big bucks. We put out 20 to 30 cameras, we put out cameras for the guide service, and we just had a year of deer for 2023. We had deer everywhere, but we did not have massive monster bucks like the years in past. So we just kept on the grind. She was pregnant, Hudson was born end of August, beginning of September, and that kind of put us out of commission for a couple weeks. But we continued to grind. I continued to check trail cams, and I just did not have a shooter buck yet. So I leave in November for a week-long training at my full-time job, and I'm constantly checking my cameras. The tactic cams are blowing up. It's the best time of the year for deer season. I'm sitting in class. This guy shows back up. Paddles. I distinctly knew who he was. As soon as I seen it, I'm like, yep, that is Paddle. I had watched this deer all summer long. I knew the deer in 2022, and I knew the deer in 2021. We've had history with this buck. In 2022, we were going to take our good friend's daughter, Chuck Smith. We were going to take Kinsey out to harvest this deer. The day before youth season, she decides she doesn't want to go out and hunt. We're fine with that. We say, okay, we'll put him on the reserve list. He's still on our hit list. We're just going to put him on another board. I was already tagged out. Kylie was hunting another buck that we had called Hooks. He was an 8-year-old, so we were just going to let him be a 6.5-year-old self. So now fast forward 2023, I have decided, sitting in that training, this is the deer I'm going after. I get out of training on Friday, run home, grab the blinds, grab my Hoyt, and we are off to the field.
So we're out here, and up until a couple days ago, I didn't know if this deer was a shooter. He's only an 8-point, but he is like, when I say mega, he's not super thick, but he is just a big 8-point. I'm gonna go ahead and spray out some of the doe and estrus, but now it's all over my finger, but we'll see. I like to go ahead. Oh, now it's blowing back through here. Now it's all over my hands. I like to go ahead and just coat the place down with it every once in a while. The ink, the rut, it's the rut. So now it's on my fingers, so I take some ridge juice and wash my hands with it. Ooh, it smells like dirt and ridge juice and dopey, but whatever. I haven't seen the first deer. It is 4:38. People are shooting all around me, getting ready for the up-and-coming Ohio gun/straight wall cartridge rifle season. And I just have not seen the first deer. It's let me turn this around. It's not a bad day. It's super cold. This is the coldest day I've hunted. When I say super cold, it's probably high 20s right now, which isn't really super cold for me, but it's the coldest day I've hunted this year. I've only hunted 5 days maybe, and there's just not a single deer in this field.
So I'm blowing this grunt call, and not even a minute later, I look up to my left, and here's a 4.5-year-old 8-point that we have been monitoring. I have him on the pass list this year, just because it's only 4.5 years old. I would love to see him at 4.5 years old. But man, he puts on a show. He comes out in front of me, he walks directly 10 yards broadside, he turns back around, he snort wheezes, he takes off, stops at the end of the field, and here comes another young buck. And they're squaring off, they're looking at each other, and right about this time, I'm looking at this 4.5-year-old 8-point from probably 80 yards away thinking, what did I just do? I just passed on this deer. But in the back of my mind, I knew he wasn't a shooter. I had no intentions on harvesting this deer.
All right. We just had that encounter with the 4.5-year-old that I have been watching, but he's not a shooter by any means. I just hope he makes it.
In the field, and I'm just having a great time. Approximately 15 minutes before, I'm starting to think like, shooting light's over. So people who film hunts know, don't have to worry about legal shooting light, because your shooting light for your camera is going to end 30 to 40 minutes before legal shooting light. So I'm like, man, I got 15 minutes left. I hope he comes. I want to film him. And I look over to my left, and there he's right over there. He's standing.
Man! I just drilled him. I just drilled him. I couldn't get drawn back. I hit high. Alright guys, I just shot a giant on film. So, yeah, that's good. That's real good. He ran off in the direction of my truck, so I'm gonna go out and around and see what is happening from that. Alrighty. It hasn't been long at all. Alrighty, bye. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm saying bye. I'm pumped. I just shot a giant.
He starts walking. He is beelining at an angle. I get drawn back, stop him, release the arrow, and I hit him high lungs. He runs directly past my truck. I see blood immediately, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go in after him. I'm going to give it some time, and I'm going to get my truck, and I'm going to leave. So, get my truck. I leave. Boz and Dalton come back, and we end up calling in a drone because I don't know. And the drone says, guys, he's in here. He's laying down. You're good to go get him. He is down. More blood. Yeah, it's be close. You see him? Yeah. Oh shit. Look at that. I cannot believe he made it that far. Look at that shot. Holy crap. Holy. Look at this deer. Well, anyways, came in there. I hunted him 3 nights ago. Then I came in and hunted again this evening, and I hit him, and we just let him lay and let him expire. And I cannot believe that. Single lung, it had to be. Hit him up top, and like very, very grateful for this. Ohio Ridge Outdoors Ridge Juice. I grunted him in too. Have it all on film. Cannot wait for you guys to see this. Man, come over here and look at these blades. Mainframe. Oh. All right, guys, check this out on our YouTube channel, Ohio Ridge Outdoors. You can also order the scent eliminator from www.ohioridgeoutdoors.com.